Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday.
Good
Seeing
morning.
everyone's faces is beautiful. Yeah. It's almost like seeing the sunshine, isn't it? The exchange of energy is happening, even via technology. So we're so grateful for using this technology that the higher power has provided. All right, are you all ready to harness, use the power that we all have? And we're not learning anything new. It's something that we have inside. Breath is continuous 24/7, isn't it? But the moment you're aware of the breath is the power. So just for a moment, let us recognize the power of breath. Just close your eyes for a moment and visualize that I, the soul, am using this body. This body is serving me throughout the day, irrespective of situations. Let me remain in my high frequency when I understand that I, the soul, am using this body. The moment the fear comes in, remember, it is not you. It is that low frequency of the body which is sensing everything around you, is bringing you down. So let us today be in that high frequency. All the powers that I, the soul, am bestowed, each one of us, are connected to that source with the highest frequency, is radiating his rays of light and might. That awareness, let me remain in that high frequency, irrespective of situations, circumstances, people, status, anything that comes in front of me. I remain in that high frequency. And with that awareness, we'll go ahead and chant Om 5 times. Let us inhale. Om. 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 Oh. Oh. So chanting Om makes us realize who we are. We are Master Almighty Powerful. So with that awareness, let's take a deep inhalation and exhale through your nose. Inhale again and exhale. Inhale again and exhale. Inhale again and exhale. Let us just continue with the awareness that the body, I, the soul, am driving this body. Body doesn't need to be reminded. Body already knows who's the driver. As long as the driver knows who he is, you become master. The moment the driver forgets, the body takes over. And the body on the road makes lots of turns, sees a lot of scenes, and it goes down. So in that field of energy, we are not recognizing our powers, isn't it? We all have the powers. In that low frequency, when you don't recognize, the moment you take a breath, the deep inhalation tells you that this is the life force, the energy which is making this body. It's almost like an engine. It's in recognition that this is the engine which is making this body run. If our brain stops functioning, that's it. What is making this brain run is that subtle energy. And that subtle energy is beyond the physical. And that driver tells the brain that now I am in charge. Go ahead and start the gear. That is the process of coming into this life where the movement starts to happen. The moment we exhale, and it's a long exhalation, that means no longer this body needs to be served. This body, which is the car, no longer I need to use this body. So the master who is saying that I need a new car now, then you go searching for the new car. And the new car is going into another form. And the child is born. What a beautiful new car we get. But a lot of times we are attached to the old car. So the state of fearlessness is knowing that I'm just using this car, no attachment. Yet I'm going to take care of this car to my utmost ability of my powers. Powers meaning discerning right to wrong. If I know what is good for this body will work beautifully. So one tool that we are using is the power of breath, isn't it? We've been told that the deeper the inhalation, the deeper the layer of lungs you connect, the oxygen is retrieved in much more deeper capacity. So when you go to doctor's office, before he checks the blood pressure, he says, go ahead and relax. Take a deep breath. Because the moment you go into the office, the body is jerking already. And the master says, in doctor's office, doctor becomes the master and tells us, because we are in low frequency, that's why we are scared sometimes before checking the blood pressure. So the awareness comes in and we take a few deep breaths and the blood pressure becomes completely stable. So the idea is knowing the powers behind the breath, who is driving it. That is the Shakti that we all talk about. When Shakti is there, there is no fear. Fear takes away all the strength and relax. Let's do our second breathing. Again, we're using the power of our breath to charge all the internal organs in the midsection now. So the second breathing, first breathing did lungs, heart, everything here. Second breathing, we'll do our organs in the midsection. So go ahead, put your finger right below your nostrils. Every second or 2 seconds, exhalation. Now, the moment you use the power of exhalation, that is your power of breath, all the toxins are coming out. Meaning, even if you have a cold and you want to blow, you have to blow it hard. You can't just blow your nose, right? Like just wipe it. Nothing will come out. But if you really have something stuck, you have to blow it out. So in that same way, the more we exhale in this rhythm, you can continue. And I will explain what is happening as you're doing this, as you're using this power. A forceful exhalation is creating such a heat in your body, which we call metabolism, right? Metabolism. So that heat is trying to ignite each and every cells in your organs. Yeah? Whether they're kidneys, pancreas, stomach, intestines, bladder, gallbladder, everything is in the midsection. And the minute you're exhaling, the forceful exhalation is making those organs inside move. When they're moving, they're actually working to make sure that you are given enough energy to make this body work beautifully. So let us visualize how this process works. So as I exhale, now visualize I'm connected to the supreme source house. The rays of light and the complete power is bestowed. And with that strength and power, I exhale, and that energy which I radiate into each and every organs in my midsection. Now, being an observer, you're just making sure that they're all working beautifully. So instead of being in the fear, whether if they're working properly or not, we're going to give them blessings. So bless your kidneys and say you are doing such a wonderful job and thank you for that. Because kidneys know what they have to do, right? I will create a powerful thought to my pancreas and say, you are doing a wonderful job. Thank you for that. I will tell my stomach, you're doing a wonderful job and thank you for that. I thank all the organs to let them know that they are serving me, and for that I'm very grateful. That's it. That means your cells are working for you and they're not going against you. When will they go against you? Is when you don't pay attention to them. Yeah? When we don't pay attention, that means I don't care about this body. I don't care what I feed. I don't care what I eat. I don't care anything that I put into this body. I am not worried about it. The moment the awareness happens that this is the only body which I'm able to serve, either serve my family members, serve my neighbors, serve the whole world. I need this body. And that's why they say actions are greater than, because what you are behind, nobody can see without your actions. So visualize I'm getting the power from the source, the highest of highest, who I have forgotten, and now I'm connected to my Father, the Supreme, who has made me realize that I have all the powers. And when I recognize all the powers, I become the master. And with that master degree, I'm going to utilize to make sure that I use it for this body properly. Use it, but then don't worry. As they say, everything is given to you to use it, but don't abuse it, isn't it? Right? Using is a great power, but when you abuse it, that power will be taken away. So in which way we're abusing, only one will know. Because we all have those powers within us, which I need to recognize in which way I'm abusing those powers. Powers are great, but when they become authority in a wrong way, they're being abused. And relax. Wonderful. Okay, now we'll do our next breathing. Since we are in this rhythm, go ahead and we're going to use the right hand. Close the right side. Inhale through your left. Now with your fingers, go ahead and close the left. Exhale right. Inhale right. And close the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close the left, exhale right. Now inhale right. Close the right, exhale left. Inhale left. And exhale right. And let us continue. and relax. When you exhale on the left side, you relax. Wonderful. How many of you, now this is your chance to talk, how many of you felt that energy that you were in high frequency, not in the lower frequency? When I say high frequency, meaning I know I'm using my power. How many of you felt that? Yeah. Now, because we have not been using this power, sometimes the body says, this is too much, and the body goes into relaxation. And again, body says, I don't know what you gave me, but it felt wonderful. When somebody inspires you, how do you feel? How do you feel? Feels good? So that inspiration was nothing, but it was their power showing you that you have that equivalent power within you. Now let me inspire you, but if you don't use your powers, is my inspiration doing anything to you? Check. That's why they say words are not enough anymore, meaning we have been hearing so many things, but yet I'm not feeling that zeal, enthusiasm, feeling good, the vibrant energy that should be rejuvenated in my body. I'm not feeling that, because if you are that, that means every step you take will become that energy field that everyone will be attracted to. Isn't it? These are the powers. And those powers we all have. Nobody is lacking any. If somebody is lacking, meaning they have not yet opened their eyes. That's it. That's it. Nobody is weak. Nobody's powerful. It is just that I have not recognized what I have within me. Does that make sense? Once we start utilizing those powers, believe me, the one who inspired you will no longer be needed, because you will become an inspiration to inspire others. That is chain of work. With our hands in our playful position, let's go ahead and inhale and visualize I am Master Almighty Powerful. I am Mahavir. Yeah? In Indian tradition, we show Hanuman. He's like a giant, very big form, and he can hold mountain in his finger. He can move mountains, meaning when you do this, you're showing your strength and power. Your back, which is radiating the energy of chakras, all of the sudden says, yes, yes, I am Master Almighty Powerful. That energy flow is unblocking any chakras that we may have blocked by not recognizing ourselves. And exhale. And with this attitude of gratitude for this body, because irrespective of how much your body is in pain, it is serving you, my dear. So the time when we say meditation, meaning give yourself the soul, the power from the source where we have come from. And that source, if it's connected, will turn into zeal and enthusiasm. And that is making your body move in a sweet way, not sour way, right? In a very sweet, gentle way, where your walking becomes an inspiration. You're smiling becomes an inspiration. Your seeing becomes an inspiration, meaning you're an embodiment of what Son shows the Father would look like. And relax. Okay, interlock your fingers on top of your head. Wonderful. Let's inhale and stretch as far as you can go and feel, wow, I'm so powerful, and exhale down. The moment you say I'm so powerful, the body is in that gear of power. You don't have to see what body is doing. Body will just be in that horsepower. That's why they say the car which has higher horsepower, higher engine, it's also expensive, right? So we're like, no, I don't want that expensive car. But we are so expensive. God says you are worth billions. You are worth trillions. You are worth so much. Just recognize your value. And when you know your value, you will be that authority, that master authority of bliss and joy. And relax. Now embracing pose. So whatever we have, we're going to radiate that. And first, let us recognize who has given us that power. And I receive, and I'm grateful to the source where I have come from. Whether you call him father, mother, friend, companion, whichever relationship, he is giving you everything that you need. That is why they say needs are always met, but the wants can never be, because wants come from our body consciousness. Needs are the higher consciousness where God Himself is taking care of us. With that field of energy, let us radiate our love, compassion, kindness to the whole world, that they are all looked after by that divine high power. And I radiate nothing but love. And when I radiate all that energy field of mine remains in that high frequency where there is no fear, nothing. I'm divine, I'm healthy and perfect. And relax. Now with your left hand, go ahead. With your right arm, make a U and go on the left side and just feel the energy flow of the body. Visualize that my right side of the body seems perfect. Left side, you're checking the car. You are the mechanic of this car. So you're checking to see if everything is working properly. Same thing on the left side. And as you are checking, diagnosis that my body is perfect, doing such a wonderful job. Yeah, just keep giving that diagnosis. That diagnostic check at the end when it comes in the paper is exactly what you are doing in your mind is coming out in the paper. But the paper is something that is not giving my actual feelings, everything I'm radiating. So if the paper shows that you have failed, and inside you feel I have not failed, that means who is right? Relax. Who is right? You are. Paper cannot be right because you are the driver of this body. You're saying I'm perfectly fine. Isn't it? Do you agree? You agree? Or do you go by paper in terms of how your health is? How many of you think that I go by paper when the diagnostic of the paper, any test results, anything that says you have failed, but in your mind you have such a power and you say, no, I'm perfectly fine. How many of you believe that this has more power versus the other? You sure? Think about it. If you think this has more power, then let that be the driver. Okay? All right. Fingers, visualize. They're all perfect. Doing such a wonderful job for working for me. And they're just flexible. They're doing such a wonderful job. Whatever I tell them to do, they do it. I told them to do this, and it started doing, meaning they're working for me. And if I tell them to do this every day, they will do it. It's just I have to make sure that I am giving them that direction. Make a fist and open. Visualize that. Who is holding my hand? Someone who is beyond form, beyond this physical world, who I have connected is holding my hand. Who is the Almighty? And He says, be carefree. Be beyond any limitations. Do you know who is holding your hand? Recognize that power. And the more you recognize, the more this body is moving in His way, how it should be moving. Inhale and exhale. And that is why we say faith. Faith cannot be seen, can only be experienced. And experience cannot be in the paper, right? I can say anything and everything about this breathing. But until you experience it, you will no longer need me because you have experienced it. Then you can be on this journey and you can light with that light others. That's what this whole drama is about. We are all playing our part so beautifully. Sideways, inhale and exhale. Nobody's playing too greater of a part or too lower of a part. We're just doing perfect dance, all of us. Such a dance we're doing that if somebody wants to learn your dance, they will say, wow, I like that dance step, right? And you start learning. That's it. Such a beautiful scene that can be, right? We are learning from everyone. I just have to make sure that I dance beautifully, that everyone else can dance like that too. And that beautiful dance is going around. What I see is injustice, but what is happening is a beautiful dance, drama. Scenes that are passing, when I see them, they're beautiful. Every scene is going, playing its part, moving. I have to do nothing. just radiate that light and might. Inhale and exhale, visualize my joints, my shoulders are perfect. The shoulder blades perfect. They're moving perfectly. And just keep radiating. Stay in the high frequency. Then your body will also stay in that high frequency. Low frequency means I'm staying in fear. I'm staying in anxiety. I'm staying in depression. I'm staying in a low, low, low air quality. Yeah. When that happens, your body will suffocate. So the moment you recognize that I can go into that higher frequency, which with my thoughts I can create nothing but beautiful world. Beautiful world with my thoughts. Up and around. Because your mind is your best friend. And your mind is the opposite as well. The only attention we have to pay, as we have heard, keep your mind connected, aligned with me, the source says, right? If my mind is connected with him, I'm continuously getting that field of high frequency energy. Reverse. So the intellect is calm and relaxed at that time. It doesn't have to use too much of that power to decide, turn, because you're connected. Mind is not wandering around, but the intellect has to be present to give decisions. You're beyond. It's all happening. Then when you need that intellect power to be used, it will work so beautifully because it's been resting and relax. Okay, inhale, look up, and exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. Inhale up again, and exhale down. Inhale up again, and exhale down. Visualize that my neck and shoulders are completely relaxed. The energy is flowing perfectly. Inhale right, and exhale in the middle. Inhale left, and exhale right side, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left. Now let's do clockwise. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Just visualize that I, the soul, the driver of this body. This body is doing a wonderful job. And for that, I'm very grateful. And when you are happy with your car, when you are happy with your car, you will not go around checking with different people, different mechanics, to see if you are doing a good job. When you cannot repair, when you have no powers, use that source. Don't give your powers just like that without using them. And relax. Beautiful. All right, let's do the eyeballs. Look straight. Move the eyeballs up and down, up and down. Visualize that my eyes are divine, perfect. The soul is seen through these eyes. My vision is perfect. Nothing but love, compassion is flowing. Keep checking the windows to make sure that no other stains come. Give nothing but best of best. Up and down. Visualizing that I am loveful and peaceful. And I radiate that. Right side, left side, right side, and left side. Continue. I radiate wherever I look. I see nothing but beauty. I see nothing but beautiful dance going around in the world. Everyone, all my brothers and sisters, are performing such a beautiful acts. It's a wonderful drama. What a scene. Now go ahead and do clockwise. Inhale and exhale. Visualize I'm sitting on top of the globe. Just being connected. That divine, the source. Together we're watching the scenes of the globe. Giving rays of light and light to each and every souls in the world. All my brothers and sisters. And now reverse. Inhale and exhale. At the moment they receive our high frequency energy, they're all connected to the highest energy, the high frequency, love, peace, purity, power, peace, joy, compassion, merciful feelings, gratitude, and relax. With your left hand, go ahead and press the left side of your head. Visualize the left side of my brain is perfectly working. Right side, perfectly balanced. Middle, perfectly balanced. And behind, perfectly balanced. Okay, now let's do the tapping. Arms are strong and perfect. Done such a wonderful job. We still do. Wonderful job for me. And continue. Now go ahead and release any blocked energy. Now stretch all your fingers. Wonderful. Let's do the other ones. And now just go sideways. And just go ahead and dance. Dance in such a way No matter what happens, I will always stay in this frequency, connected to my companion, my lover, with my best friend, with my father, mother, whatever connection we want. I'm connected to that joy, bliss, contentment. I'm full of all attainments. There's nothing else I need. And relax. Wonderful. Are you all feeling good? Yeah? Rejuvenated? All powerful? Light and might? Wonderful. Well, here's the season. It's a fall season, hopefully for everyone, right? And in the fall season, we don't want to fall down, right? How many of you like falling? No one does, right? So in order not to fall down, let us equip ourselves. Yeah, when we go down, when we go outside in cold weather, where there's 30 degrees, 40 degrees shift, right? At least in here, Chicago, we had a big drastic change. We had 80 degrees and next day it was 55, and 60. So big change for the body, right? So when the body is adjusting, the body is not falling down when it's in the fever zone or when it's aching zone, or the body is saying, give me, I'm going to come back to my rhythm of working for you. So give it some rest. That's the first medicine. The second is give it proper nutrition, meaning drink warm or hot water during this time. If you like lemon water, it suits you, take it. It's a very good therapeutic way of healing the body. If your body is shivering and very cold and you have a fever, sit in the tub with hot water, raise that temperature of the body, because that's what body is doing when it's in fever. It's trying to raise that temperature, right? So we put the blankets on the top of the blankets, on the top of blankets, right? But when you sit in the tub with that high temperature, your body will raise that temperature and all the imbalance will start to balance. So within just few hours, you will notice the fever has gone down because you've given the support of the heat through the body with the water. And the water has to be very high temperature. It has to be at least 40 degrees Celsius. Yeah? So almost like 110 degrees. You're giving jerk. It's almost like your car is not working. Battery is down. What do? You take another charging and give that car a charging, right? So we're doing the same thing. When our body is not charging, we give that charging power with the hot water. Yeah? Also, ginger is a very good tonic right now. Ginger and honey, which is locally grown honey. Don't take anything from outside of your states. So wherever you live, I'm sure you'll find it. Grate the ginger, add honey, it'll become a paste. And you can have that once or twice a week. Twice a day, sorry, not a week, but twice a day until you no longer need it for, your body is equipped. Drink, don't eat, don't drink after you eat 1 hour. It's a very good remedy for keeping the body in hydration of heat. Because the moment you drink, and most of us are habit of drinking something which is not so body temperature, right? So it's cold. So you're taking that digesting fire out and giving it's, shutting down that digestive tract. So just eat, wait 1 hour or 45 minutes, and then you drink water. Okay, if it's doable, if not, little by little practice, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, 15 minutes, what have you. Of course, fruits are very, very good during this time. If you're eating fruits, eat fruits that are sweet. Sour can be not so soothing for the body sometimes. So eat as much as you can, locally grown, something that you find in season. Nothing you have to go out of your way to find it, but something that is, and it's heavy. Heavier the fruits, the better. Like apples, bananas, and pears, and things that will sustain you more. And in terms of eating, any other food, our body will tell you. Your body will tell you. My body tells me what I need. Sometimes my body says, give me hot, so I have to give. Sometimes the body says, okay, give me something normal temperature to give. So listen to your body. That's the best advice, because a lot of things, there's so much out there that even if I tell somebody, it may be good for them, but it may not be good for somebody else, right? So let your body decide. Each one of us have a small body frame, medium body frame, and a large. Each one are in a different category of serving. So your body will serve you in the right way if you're feeding it properly. Of course, you have any questions, you can go ahead and say it. If not, we can do the final breathing, which is Brahmari, and we can end our session with silence. Any questions?
Om Shanti. I have a question. So regarding the honey, you said local honey. Why is that supposed to be local honey?
Yeah, because your allergies or your immune system is based on where you're staying, right? So when you have that local honey, the bees are producing that honey from that place where you're allergic to, or your immune system needs to be boosted. So the local honey will boost your immune system versus jeopardizing it.
And then it's interesting that you said about the fever you go in the hot water, but we always were told cold water. When you have fever, we go in cold water.
Absolutely. And a lot of times, if you have a fever and imagine you're put into cold water, what will happen?
Well, I thought your temperature is going to come down.
Yeah, but temporarily. You're supporting the system. So when you are cold, the old times, our ancestors would bring lots of blankets, right? And put on top of you. So they were comforting you. So in those times, we need comfort, not a jerk. And that's why we need our body to get better in, now we say, give me medicine, I need to go and do things, But we're not listening to our body. Our body is saying, give me some rest. I will make sure that you will work beautifully. Just give me some time with the right support. And the support system, as we said, use, as much as you can with the right support, meaning your internal powers. When you cannot use that, then go and outsource it, right? And if you outsource it, then that is also a support system which is coming from outside. And if that outside support system is helping you, it is also suppressing something else from within you, right? Because it's a chemical imbalance that's happening. So as much as we can use our support, great, our knowledge, our intellect, and that's why they say knowledge is power, right? Not knowing, I may not be able to recognize the powers I have. Knowing, I will know what to do, what tools I can use, right? If I am the mechanic of the car, and if I don't know how to help this car, then of course, what can we say, right? I have to go to school and educate myself. And education is very simple. It's all common sense, actually, not much needed to go out and get degrees. And, your body is serving you since small child. It's telling you what was good, what thoughts were good, what food was good, your parents have guided, all of that is coming. Impressions are there, believe me. Our intellect will write to say, okay, well, if honey can get me better, why do I need Tylenol? So which one would you opt for, right? If honey can do the same job, then why opt for Tylenol? If the hot water can do the same job, at least let me experiment it and experience it, right? If I don't, with my knowledge I receive, I don't experiment it, then of course I'm losing both sides, right? Because I have given my power and I'm going to become more low and low in that power because I haven't experimented. Once you experiment it and you say it works, then you have power within you. You can utilize it anytime. And if somebody else needs that power, they can also be, granted that power because they themselves have it too. So, make sense? Okay. All right. Any other question? Yes, dear.
Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister. It's a wonderful session, and also your words connecting to the soul. I think when we do with that, we feel that calmness more than the high frequency, like the breathing. I would like to really ask, I know these are wonderful, but like you would request us to include this kind of breathing or energizing every day, no? Like not once in a while or 3 times or 4 times a week. So just please share your thoughts.
Yeah. As per, we sleep every day, we eat every day, right? If you're sleeping 3 times a day and 3 times a week, then do 3 times because you already have energy to sustain yourself, not sleeping 4 days. So you're powerful anyway. But that doesn't happen, right? We need to eat, sleep, because in the sleeping cycle, our bodies actually doing, the power is using to sustain this body while we're asleep. So meaning we're not, it's beyond this, which is serving this body. With my awareness, I'm doing the right thing I can in my conscious state of, mind to serve as best as I can. So yes, every day, 15 minutes, and that 15 minutes will be worthwhile, believe me. And then we all have to go one day. This car is not forever, right? It's not permanent. Anybody has a permanent sticker on their car? Are you sure? No, right? And now they say the older the car, the better, right? Because people are looking at those older cars and saying, I wish I had that 1950, whatever Buick or Chevy or what have you, right? So the older car means wiser, meaning they have done such a good job. So when you go out in the world, they're saying, wow, what a wonderful car, like 80 years old, 90 years old, doing such a wonderful job, meaning they have used their wisdom in that car to drive the way they, and the rest, we don't need to worry about it. Whatever happens, happens. Do your actions, don't worry about the fruits. And if your actions are right, the fruits will be sweeter. So sweetness will come in your actions only because you'll feel good. But, when you do this. Yes.
Shanti. Thank you so very much. This was my first experience with you, and it was so powerful and beneficial. So my question is, how do I connect with you for more of your sessions like this, or are there more?
So far, I have one more session, which I do, but it's in person. So whenever I have session like this, but Fridays I do on a regular basis. I have a Zoom class, so we can connect with Sister Antonia, and Sister Antonia can go ahead and take the Zoom link, and you guys can all be connected to that Friday session as well if you want. I'll send it.
Is it at the same time at this?
It is actually Chicago time, Central Time, 9:30 to 10:15 every Fridays.
Okay. And is she going to drop the link in the chat now, or?
Yeah. Would you like to do that, Sister Antonia? What do you?
I don't have it readily available. I can email it out.
Perfect.
And what email should we look for? I mean, in case it gets over in our trash, the email will come from whom?
It'll probably come from me, Antonia Silvera. Or
Okay.
A Silvera 9.
Could you spell the last name?
SIL, V is in victory, ERA,
Uh-huh.
and 9. But I'll make sure it's sent out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, I'm sure everyone is happy, and everyone's doing wonderful job. And we'll end our session with our final breathing. We're going to do this for 3 times. So close your ears. Index finger will go on the forehead, and gently we'll close our eyes with. We'll take a deep inhalation and chant Om through our nostrils. Let's go ahead and grab our palms with positive energy. Place them on the eyes. And slowly go over from top to bottom. Thank you, everyone. Om Shanti.